Hello.
Мы сегодня находимся на
Today we're at the
территории
UCLA
университета
University in Los
UCLA
Angeles.
в Лос-Анджелесе. И сейчас мы будем снимать
And now we will be taking a
соцопрос
social survey
проводить
on the
на
subject
тему
of a creative
созидательного
society.
общества.
So we're participants of the AllatRa International Public Movement. We're volunteers and we conduct the survey within the project of Future is Now. Okay. In what kind of society do you want to live in? Can you please describe it?
Well, first of all, easy to summarize, greater equality for all, and that's comfort of living, medical care, health care, and lifestyle.
One that I would like to live in would be one where you wouldn't have a fear of being who you are. Who you are is just who God made you to be, and sometimes people fear that, even though that's not something that they should. You should be able to feel comfortable in your own skin and be who you are.
It should look like, not such a big wealth gap as we have now. The environment should be taken care of, and education costs shouldn't be such a big deal.
That should be more affordable, right?
Right.
I'd like to live in a society that's kinder, gives respect to other people, treats people nicely.
And what kind of healthcare and education should be?
Well, everyone should have health care and should have the opportunity to be educated in the field that they like. Like if they would want to be in, learn a trade, they should be able to do that. If they want to learn to cook, they should be able to do that. If they want to go to college or law school, they should have the opportunity to fulfill that.
And does it have to be of a high quality and affordable to everybody, regardless of place of living, social status?
It should be all high quality. People should be able to afford it, but perhaps with help, like grants or loans or...
Well, there's such a broad spectrum of what education means, but I would like to see a greater degree of choice and acceptance so that they can get in and achieve what they want. Somebody with a technical skill, but maybe less classroom time, versus somebody with something very academic, maybe a medical pursuit or something like that. So,
does it have to be available for everybody, regardless of their religion, place of living?
Oh, absolutely. But the opportunity. Let's find a greater way to create those opportunities.
And it should be affordable for all of us.
Affordability, yes, for sure.
Awesome.
I think there should be equal opportunity for everyone across the board, not whether or not you have a certain amount of money, because a lot of times you get better schooling if you have more money, or better health care if you have more money. And I know that there's other countries that they don't do that. Everyone gets the same health care or education no matter what your pay is.
So it's good to have high quality healthcare and education, and it should be affordable and accessible for everyone.
For everyone, yeah.
And how about the healthcare?
Oh, the health care. We have to. I'm not retiring because of the health care. Here, if you have a problem, your medicines are, thousands of dollars, and then your if you have an accident and you're in the hospital, even with insurance, you end up having to pay. So.
And it's hard to afford. Yes.
Yeah, it can bankrupt you.
So would you like to see it of a high quality and affordable to everybody, regardless of place of living? Or
Yeah, I think it's, you have to have, everybody has to have basic health care.
Would you like for people to work 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, to have a...
Yeah. Oh yeah, like in Denmark, we were just listening to that, and I thought that's a really good model, that it's in the gap needs to get addressed.
I would like to work 4-day work weeks, but they could be longer. So they could be 10 hours for 4 days. Like to get your 40 hours in, I'd rather have 4 days of work and 3 days of off.
But let's say if you're going to have enough money to support yourself working less hours, but you also have an option to work longer hours, would you prefer for people to have that opportunity, or do you believe that we all have to work normal hours?
I mean, I think people should have the flexibility to work the hours that work for them. Like, I'm a mom, so I would only be able to work certain hours of the day when my child's in school.
Yes.
You're asking somebody who's worked for 36 years in advertising, so I'd like to work 0 hours a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, do you mean what do I think a typical workday should be? I think a typical workday should have engagement with other individuals, number one, and that would determine the length. If you reach your point of exhaustion, you're not as productive. So I think for some people a shorter work week is appealing, some people a longer work week's appealing. I'm sorry,
so
it's
it should
so
be
vague.
optional, right? We
Yes.
always have to have a choice. But let's say if you're gonna work 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, and you have enough money to support your family, to support yourself, would you prefer to have this kind of schedule, or do you believe that 8 hours a day is just totally fine, 5 hours?
Well, I see the gig working group who wants to work some less and some much greater in terms of the number of hours, and I think they should have that opportunity, along with the benefits that a fixed work schedule allows. So, or I'm sorry, currently provides. I think they should be provided with something similar.
I like the 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, because I just don't think those 2 days are enough. I think we live in a really high-paced society, and I think a lot of people are just burned out. Yeah.
Yeah, but we can work 4 hours a day. We don't have to work 10, and at the
4
same time, if you can and you have enough to
That
support
would
your
be
family.
So much better. Yeah, of course. And then you can enjoy life more. You're not working all day and not seeing your family.
Yeah, exactly. And one more question. What do you think unites all of us, regardless of religion, place of living, social status, color of skin? What do we all have internally in common?
Love, or wanting to be loved.
Thank you so much. And what do you think? What do we all have in common?
Friendship.
Friendship.
Well, we all have humanity, like our spirit inside.
One life to live, care and joy. I think with one life to live, you should be able to seek joy. So that's it.
That's what we have in common.
Yeah.
We live on this earth, and the planet needs, the environment needs to be taken care of.
And how about people?
We have in common, a desire to get along and not, start conflicts and things like that.
We all want to live in peace and want to be happy.
Absolutely.